Hello and welcome back to Brandon Walks Through Suikoden 2. It's nighttime right now, and Victor is waiting for us in the tavern. But if we do go to our bed, you can skip the whole thing, which would be totally dumb. Definitely not. I am going to the cavern. We need to hear this story because I think it's really important, and it introduces some characters that you need to know about. And it really makes you understand why what Annabelle really wanted to tell you and why he is revered as such a hero. All right, Victor. You're here. Good. Ha! Don't just stand there. Come on in. I guess you still can't drink, eh? We've come to hear about Grandpa Genkaku. Hey, come on now. What's the rush? It's a long story, and it's not a very happy one either, okay? So what do you think? You still want to hear it? Hell yeah! Okay. Well, get ready. It's a long story. Just before this war started, fighting between Highland and the state were pretty much limited to minor border skirmishes. But that was about 30 years ago. Highland and the state fought a great war against each other. There's a lot of different stories about what happened, but it looks like the state started the war. Annabelle's father, Mayor Darrell of Mews, led the state, and the famous General Han Cunningham led the Highland Army. Darrell was an amateur when it came to war, and before long he had lost half of Mews and the Matilda domain. That's when our hero appeared, your adopted father, Genkaku. Genkaku got command of a unit and raided Highland's supply tent. This slowed Highland long enough for the state to recover. The war went back and forth. Genkaku and Han were from the same village, and it looked like they were good friends. Sometimes they would drink together leisurely right in front of the middle of both camps. In doing so, they soon both realized what a stupid and pointless war it was. And so Genkaku and Han worked together to make a peace treaty. The citizens of both countries were overjoyed. All except one man, the mayor of Mews City. Why was Darrell mad? What a jerk. Hey, look, it's the King of Highland. There's one border city, your hometown of Chiaro, that Darrell refused to give over to Highland. So negotiations broke down and the war began anew. That's when the King of Highland, Agarius Blight, made a suggestion. The war should be decided by a duel between both champions. Darrell agreed to the idea, as did Han and Genkaku, who wished only that the war would finally come to an end. The time came for the duel to begin. King Agarius gave his sword to Han, and Mayor Darrell gave his sword to Genkaku. This signaled that each champion was fighting as a representative of their own country. But something happened. Genkaku never once raised his sword. Darrell ordered him to fight over and over, but he refused. Time passed, and the people got angry that the contest was spoiled. They blamed Genkaku. With no other choice, Han knocked away Genkaku's blade and put his sword on Genkaku's neck and declared victory. That's how your town of Kiaro came to be Highland territory. Genkaku was called traitor and ordered into exile by Lord Darrow. He left without ever revealing his true reason for not fighting. Many years passed. Darrow left his job as mayor, and finally it was learned why Genkaku refused to fight. Darrow had secretly coated the sword he gave Genkaku with poison. Genkaku was ruined whether he won or lost. If he lost, fine. If he won, Darrow was planning to expel him for his evil crime. Genkaku detected the poison and couldn't bring himself to swing his sword. And so Genkaku's name was finally cleared. But Genkaku would never return to the city-state. As for what happened after that, well, you know about that better than I do. I guess it was more important to Genkaku to live happily with you two than it was to return to the state to clear his name. Aw, how could you fall asleep during that, Anime? After that, well, you must be tired. Anyway, that's the kind of life your grandpa led. But Brandon, you're not Genkaku's son. You're a person named Brandon. Don't ever forget that. Oh, it's pretty late. You should carry an enemy to her bed. You two are good kids. I think I sort of understand how Genkaku must have felt about you. Good morning! Did you sleep well? Always do. I always like it how you wake me up every morning. So wasn't that worth it? Way better. Could you imagine if you went to bed and just didn't know any of that? Oh, such a great backstory. Alright, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I enjoy doing these so much. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks again.